filters, no mercy. Just two cultural juggernauts exposing the king of shock jock radio as a hollow relic grasping for relevance in a world that's long since moved on.
I'll say this, Dagan. I thank God for Howard Stern because he does make me feel normal by comparison. Because I'm like the Fox recluse. I don't do anything. I don't go anywhere. But he makes me look like, Pete Davidson on a...
Yeah. He's a germaphobe. Like, his wife rescues cats. That's her job, apparently, her thing. But you can get toxoplasmosis.
That's true.
Cryptosporidiosis.
AIDS.
And
no, you can't. But
you can't get.
No, you can't.
But you can get.
I mean, what are the chances I get that again?
Because he had the affair with Jessica Hahn,
right,
who was the secretary, the hot secretary, and Jessica Hahn wound up Sam Kinison, and they had.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
They had a terrible breakup. They would talk shit about each other on Howard Stern.
What do you think of what Howard's become recently?
Well,
he's the only person I know who's gone, other than Penn maybe, who's gone from being red-pilled to blue-pilled.
That's a spectacle, not just a takedown. This was a Category 5 ego hurricane aimed directly at the last remaining hairs on Stern's heavily curated head. If Howard thought he was still the king of edgy radio, Joe and Greg just handed him a mirror and said, "Look again, Your Majesty. The crown's plastic and the throne's been repossessed." It all began like a slow boil. Joe Rogan, that effortlessly alpha podcast juggernaut who can dissect quantum physics 1 minute and elk hunting the next, decided he'd had enough of Stern's latest lecture tour.
But that's how Stern can call snacking with celebs at a fancy restaurant exhausting. Exhausting. Like he finished the overnight shift in a coal mine, or hearing Kat talk about her pets.
Fair.
But I get it, life is tough, especially when you've been cut off from the world for 2 years in a $20 million beach house. I mean, you have no idea how tiring it is walking all the way from the wine cellar to the tennis court and back. Do I sound jealous? Yes.
Look, what he did, I mean, look, people to this day, they make fun of Howard Stern because of who he is now and the way he behaves now. That guy's the man. He was the pioneer. When he was the king of all media, and he was telling everybody to suck his dick, and the FCC was going after him, the government was fining him.
Yeah.
They were fining his businesses millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And he was out there doing wild shit on the radio.
He was putting a Klansman on with Young Thug.
And now he's woke.
If you're enjoying this video, please make sure to subscribe the channel and hit the bell icon. If you are enjoying this breakdown, please make sure to subscribe. Howard's been moonlighting as a moral compass lately. Because nothing says, "Trust me," like a guy who spent decades asking celebrities how often they wax. And Rogan? Oh, he didn't hold back. With that signature smirk and a tone that says, "I lift kettlebells," and truth, he let it rip. He didn't need to shout. Just calmly dismantled Stern's newly acquired holier-than-thou persona like it was a defective squat rack from Walmart. The guy who once bragged about naked strippers on live radio was now wagging fingers like a yoga mom policing juice bar etiquette. The irony? So thick you could grill a steak on it.
The right is insisting on free speech. They were the motherfuckers that were censoring everybody. Right. They wanted to lock Howard Stern up in jail.
I was on Howard Stern's show. He was great at that time, and then he went woke. And since he's gone woke, his ratings have gone down the tubes, and he sort of went anti-Trump for a couple of reasons.
They sued him. His parent company had to pay untold amounts of money. How much money did Howard Stern's company get fined? It was hundreds of thousands of dollars, if not millions. Insane amounts of money. The government was trying to shut down a radio guy for talking shit.
He was very angry at MAGA. He said, "We've got to stop MAGA." And I'm saying, it's Make America Great Again. Yeah, it sort of doesn't work so well.
And now that's the left. It's just patterns, man. It's just patterns where people can justify certain behaviors because it aligns.
Howard Stern telling people how to live, Rogan muttered, like it physically pained him. That's like Ozzy Osbourne giving TED Talks on pronunciation. Boom! Just like that, the entire illusion of Howard's self-reinvention began to crumble. Not because Rogan was being mean, but because he was being accurate. The dude wasn't attacking a person, he was peeling off a mask. Stern wants to be taken seriously now, after 3 decades of fart soundboards and boob countdowns? That's rich.
Yeah. And he was out there doing wild